And now we enter the arc of the Kamunabi. What's up, guys? I'm Rapunzel here, and here we're going to do a breakdown / live reaction review to chapter 45 of Kagurabachi, which is known as, I actually don't know. I don't see it on this first page, but I'm interested. Last chapter left off in a real interesting spot with Chihiro essentially deciding to just join, not necessarily the ops, but like, kind of the ops. Like, I'd say, relatively speaking, the Kamunabi are basically the ops. Like, they want the enchanted blades for themselves. Chihiro wants the enchanted blades, but deciding to work under them in order to make sure he can watch over the Shinichi and not have to give up N10, considering what would have happened if he didn't. He would have had to fight, and he was not going to beat her at that moment. But with that being the case, I'm very interested to see where this is going, especially considering I'm looking at the main villain, so quote unquote, right now on this first page. So I'm very excited. So let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into it. Editing me. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do happen to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. It ain't another fun fact. I still don't believe this guy's the main villain. I don't know. Something about, I need to read the text first. Let me read the text. It's all going smoothly. As we predicted, the Kabunabi will now take possession of the Shinichi. Right. They really have no other option. There's nothing they can do. They're playing right into our hands. Yes. Time for our next move. Interesting. And obviously, you know, like, I assume Shadow Wars and Muddy Gang has control or some sort of stake in the Kabunabi themselves. That's why they were so excited to have the Shinichi fall back into their hands. And when you think about it, regardless, one way or another, whether, crazy enough, whether Chihiro intervened or not, the Shinichi was going to end up back with the Kabunabi. When you think about it, because either A, Hiyuki was going to show up and take it, like physically take it from the auction like she planned to, but then again, she only showed up because Chihiro was there. But then remember, that guy and that girl were there to specifically auction for the Kabunabi, for the Shinichi, and it's likely the government was like, it does not matter, the bill. I do not care. Well, I don't care how much money we have to pay the Sazanami clan. Keep running it, keep going, and they probably would have bid it up to like literally infinity money. Because they're basically the government. I think they just are the government. So it would make sense no matter what. It was Digi-destined. So currently, the main villain crew, whatever they are, whoever they are, if this truly is our big bad, which once again I'm a little skeptical on, but regardless, whether or not this is our big bad, they're kind of in a position where they're set up to win regardless. And now the big thing that also changes, well, I do believe the big bad crew already had eyes on Chihiro. I do believe they would have fully executed him if they didn't want him alive. Obviously, there are plot reasons why he's alive. He's our main character. But like in universe, I wouldn't be shocked if they need him alive for a certain reason. But now that he's under the Kamunabi, they likely have double the eyes on him. They already knew where he was. Like, this guy just showed up randomly. Like, he showed up randomly in the middle of a completely different arc. It was like, BT Dubs, I'm the final villain, by the way. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, it was me who slowed your pops. You don't recognize me? Don't worry, I was wearing a different face. So, like, clearly something fishy's going down. And now that Chihiro's getting to join the Kamunabi, sure, he gets to keep an eye on the enchanted blade that they hold in the Shinichi, and he keeps to hold N10. But now he's under constant watch. And who knows? Once again, this is a completely magical society. Who knows how the Kabunabi will then, like, put a tracking device on N10, put a tracking device on Chihiro and be like, we're going to monitor you real close, buddy. Make sure nothing happens to that enchanted blade of yours. So, like, something's going to get down devious and dastardly. Let's see. Time for our next move. Ooh, Chihiro, why your face looks so wide, bro? Let's see. And there's still no chapter tag. Where's the chapter? Oh, there we go. What comes next? Chihiro? And I think it's still crazy to think that he went through the entire Sazanami clan arc not fully healed. Like, bro's running through already battle damaged with a broken enchanted blade, only to get N10 back towards the very end, and he's still cooked. Chihiro? Whip it up in the kitchen. Let's see. Oh, perfectly in sync. Oh wow. I mean, that goes to show this is gonna be the dynamic. I wonder if he's gonna join though. Is Hakone gonna join? I guess he would have to, right? Because like he wants to keep working alongside Chihiro, and I highly doubt they would let the next well, not the next head of the Sazanami clan. Presumably it's going to be his older brother who was left alive at the end of that arc. But if they know his powers, which presumably they do, I would assume they'd want Hakuri under their fold. Like, yeah, oh, you have access to your own pocket dimension? And Iso? Why don't you run that here, dual magic man? Like they're gonna want both. Well, and the funny thing is, Shiba, I believe, is part of the Kaminami. If I'm not mistaken, like I think he's there too. So really, the whole gang is gonna be Kaminami boys. Let's see. Good morning, YouTube. That is the first time in forever I actually read Manga the wrong way. Where are we? Good morning, YouTube. My head. How are you feeling? So, what comes next? Darn, we're rolling credits. Not 2 pages in. Golly. HOKOZONO sensei. What's the rush? Was it? You both crashed from exhaustion. At the same time, too. What are you? Twins? Aw, that's sweet. Once again, honestly, the brotherly dynamic set up between Hakuri and Chihiro is nice. It's very, very nice. It's obviously healthier than what was going on in Hakuri's life previously with his brothers. But it is nice to see that these two are like, they're fully linking up. Ironically enough, for the longest time, I kind of thought Shiba was going to be their deuteragonist, but like, I am happy though. I'm happy. Even if Shiba isn't going to be the deuteragonist, and I think he's real neat, I think he's real strong, I can't wait to see him cook properly. I don't think the Rakuzaichi was Shiba cooking properly. I'm going to be real with y'all. I think he was playing games. I think he was suppressed. I'll take Hakuri and Chihiro as a dynamic duo, a dangerous and deadly dynamic duo, and I will take it with every fiber of my being. But let's see what's going on from this point on. It's 11 in the morning, the day after the Rakuzaichi. It's November 9th today. What is this crew cooking? What kind of squad is this? Well, I guess technically, yeah, I guess they would be here. Hiyuki and I need to learn this guy's name. I keep forgetting. Oh, and Char's back. Oh, that's sweet. The only one that's missing is the girl that runs the store, but she has to run the store, presumably. But Hakuri, Chihiro, Shiba, Hiyuki, I'm pretty sure her name is Hiyuki. Hiyuki, Big Man, and Char. So this is a cool trio. And Shiba versus Hiyuki. I hope that's... I'm going to say it here and now. If it never ends up happening, this is straight hardline copium. I hope this is foreshadowing a fight between the two. Because they're the two play. I hope this really is foreshadowing a fight between the two. Because I feel like they would have interesting interactions. Her flame bone and his teleportation. I feel like it'd be pretty clean. But let's see. What are you doing? It took forever waking up. Don't worry though. We weren't bored. I can tell. Good morning. Aw, Char. I feel bad. I kind of feel like Char got left out of the narrative for a little bit, but we did have to take up Hakuri, and obviously she can't really be part of the narrative because the whole point is that she shouldn't be. Let's see. This video game freak kept us entertained all night. I creamed them. That's gonna be me with my kids eventually. Dad, why won't you let us win? How are you going to learn if I let you win, child? You need to be better. You need to be stronger, faster, understand the game dynamics more. And then I'm going to pick up a video game and absolutely trounce me in it. I'm going to be so proud when that happens. Let's see. Who are you, anyway? Oh, that's right. He's ex-Kamunabi. I forgot. So that's interesting. So Hiyuki and them joined after. If they don't know, he's ex-Kamunabi. What about the prisoners? Chihiro looks simultaneously. It's funny because, once again, HOKOZONO is a fantastic artist when it comes to dynamism. But I love how sometimes you can tell their art style shifts based on how close they're drawing the characters. Because Chihiro does look relatively young here, fitting his actual canon character age. Meanwhile, here he looks like a much older man, and it's literally just because of the dynamics of his face. Like a more narrow face actually presents youngness for the most part. That's why I'm old. And a wider, longer face typically presents oldness. And in Chihiro looks like 25 here, and he looks about 16 here. And I think he's somewhere in between. I forget Chihiro's actual age. I think he's 18? I want to say he is. Let's see. What about the prisoners? They all went home. Oh, wow. They can just do that? I mean, I guess. Oh, I have a message for you from Inazuma. He says thank you. Chihiro, you're becoming a hero, dog. Time for you to become an arm of the government. It's time for you to become an arm of the government right now. Right now, Chihiro. Fulfill your rights. You're going to become an arm of the government right this instant. Let's see. He says, thank you. Inazuma? Mr. Inazuma. That's the kid at the That's the kid at the Rakuzaichi called himself. That's what the kid at the Rakuzaichi called himself. Thanks, Char. Oh, that's sweet. And I love how it's Char who delivers it, the only age mate amongst this crew, because she's the youngest by a long shot. Let's see. Sure, Mr. Inazuma. Cool name. Of course, Akane. Anyway, everyone's okay. I need to see them jump again. I feel like they were at a disadvantage against Kyoda. I need to see Hiyuki and Chihiro jump somebody. I need to see Hiyuki, Chihiro, and Shiba jump somebody with Hakuri. I was going to try and include the other guy, but the thing is, Hakuri has his own subspace already. So I guess maybe Hakuri could just be using Iso and then maybe teleporting some attacks to subspace. Meanwhile, it's the guy in the background who seals them all in the pocket dimension. But I need to see them jump. I'm glad Yuki's staying a part of the narrative. Let's see. He looks serious, though. Normally, it's the Kaminabi's job to keep peace and protect the vulnerable. But the fact is, evil still runs rampant in Japan. Factual, so let's see. It's because the Kaminabi doesn't have the necessary manpower and grit. I guess so, right? Because, like, if you're evil, why work for the... It sounds so bad, but, like, if you're evil, you can get better incentives elsewhere. Why work for the government? Why not just either A, work for yourself, or B, work for your own interests consistently, rather than having to worry about not doing that and having to follow orders and stuff like that, especially if you're, like, notoriously powerful. Like, rival the Enchanted Blades powerful, like a certain Mr. Final Villain up here, supposedly. Like, why would you? Or you would probably want, just like Mr. Final Villain over here, quote unquote. I keep calling him Mr. Final Villain because I don't buy it. But he may end up being more powerful than the Enchanted Blades, but still have his fingers in the government, in the Kabunabi, because it's just nice to have fingers everywhere. Make sure your fingers are stuck in everything. It's like diversifying your stock portfolio. You don't want to just hold a bunch of one, even if you're confident that that one is going to do good, just in case something bad happens. It's good to diversify a little bit. So yeah, be evil, but make sure you got a couple fingers in the government. But let's see. Yesterday, thanks to you guys, we pulled off the entire operation seamlessly. Ah. Funnily enough, though, the funniest thing about that, though, is she was there to stop him. Like, she would have actively messed up the operation by showing up there. And I'm pretty sure she wasn't meant to. Like, or at least, I remember it was specifically mentioned, she changed, like, the modus operandi of her operation. Specifically in order to mold around helping Chihiro when she was initially there to capture Chihiro and take the Enchanted Blades, which in the end she did end up doing. So I guess technically, despite molding her modus operandi and changing the scope of her mission, she did achieve it in a roundabout way, but she achieved it. Well, let's see. We pulled off the entire operation seamlessly. Yeah, but those were some insane shenanigans. Oh, look at Hakuri's bright, happy eyes. I mean, yeah, they were insane, though. Let's see. This is pointless. Let's withdraw. No. Maybe we should withdraw for now to regroup. No. Hey, stop. You already hit your limit. No. Every last one. For real. I mean, yeah. Once again, and Chihiro was doing all that on a damaged body, dog. Like, I don't know about y'all, but whenever I'm, like, sick, I like, fail to function. I brute force myself through some things. Like, there was a deadline at work one time, and I was like, I do not care. I literally can't feel my toes. I'm going to drive into work, and I'm going to take care of this because the deadline is today. I don't care how sick I am, I'm going to go and do it. It's like, I get sometimes, but that's, like, me being sick and doing my regular job. Chihiro was fighting with, like, broken bones and pushing himself to his limits. That is crazy. I wonder if he's going to get, like, a Zenkai boost. Let's see. Oh, I'm just so glad you're okay. See, I want to trust Shiba so badly, but something in the back of my mind doesn't. Is that wrong? Something in the back of my mind does not fully trust Shiba. Watch nothing come of that. Watch, like, Kagurabachi ends in, like, 5 years or 6 years or 7 years. I mean, who knows? Because a lot of people are projecting this becoming the next MHA. But unless more Enchanted Blades are introduced or some greater threat is, after the Enchanted Blade plot's done, I'm not exactly sure how this series is going to continue. But with it being the case, I imagine it just ends and we're, like, 5 years in the future and I'm sitting there at the final chapter like, oh, Shiba's just a good guy the whole time. I was looking too deep into it. Whoops. That's all I can say. I'd just be wrong. But something about him, he gives me the heebie-jeebies. But in a good way. Once again, I really like Shiba. Don't get me wrong. Why do I like characters I don't trust? I like it in MCs, I like it in side characters. When I can't fully trust a character, when something about them seems suspicious, I tend to like them more. Let's see. Sorry. Hey, where's the Enten? Oh, hey, neat. All right. I entrusted the Shinichi to some colleagues. They're at Kabunabi headquarters. Is this guy? Are either of them strong though? Like, what if they just got mugged along the way? I mean, presumably the Shinichi, like when we last saw it, it was sealed up in some sort of casing, so maybe that like suppressed its spiritual energy. But like, I think they're just regular people. Like they just seem like regular agents. So I'm shocked you trusted it to them. But I suppose that they were probably like heavily guarded along the way. She left it to them, and they probably like said, "Hey, we have the most powerful enchanted blade in existence. Y'all mind coming to guard us as we take this back to base?" But let's see. And it's neat. They got to keep Enten. I'll take you there now. So get ready. Please put them on the same. Watch us never see Hiyuki and Chihiro team up again. That would be a legitimate crime, but I would not be shocked. I've seen some manga do that before. They set up some of the coldest duos, some of the coldest trios, and then they'll like never interact for the rest of the narrative. And if it's like a trio, admittedly this is a duo, but then again, technically it was Hakuri, Chihiro, and Hiyuki. So like maybe it could literally be a case where like all of them are like sometimes teaming up as duos, but we'll never get like a trio fight between them again. Please, they're just so cool together, and like the whole fire and water aesthetic does go crazy. What's it? How about your deal? You give them the Shinichi, and you join the Kamunabi. Ah, Nani, nice just go. So your priority is to reseal the Shinichi. That makes sense. Are you sure about this? You need one of those Hishaku guys, right? Oh, you met one of those Hishaku guys. Oh. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, though. At least the way they've been set up so far, meeting them was going to be inevitable. In fact, I'm low-key shocked they didn't come get him when Cloud Gouger was happening. But considering we know they had, like, hands in that anyway, I'm not too shocked that they were like, whatever, it's going to break. We know it's going to be fine anyway. But with that being the case, I'm intrigued that, one, supposedly the final villain showed up now, and two, that they're being so passive about Chihiro. Once again, I assume there's a reason for it. Like, I smell almost like an Aizen plot going on, where they're going to let Chihiro keep getting stronger, let him keep collecting and or breaking and or resealing the enchanted blades, and then one way or another, they're going to be like, you see, it was all according to Kikaku. And then, like, reveal some super crazy next level Omega twist, where, like, oh no, the real Chihiro was the Chihiro inside us all along, and suddenly they, like, strip all the enchanted blade powers out of him, and they make a whole bunch more, and then that's how we continue the series, because then Chihiro realizes, I made a mistake, collecting all the powers of the enchanted blades fused them into me, and thusly, they took the powers that I had obtained, and spread them into more enchanted blades, and now they're going to take over the entire world. Like, I could see it. I can see it. Do not let me write any series ever, especially not Kagurabachi, but I can see something like that happening, because it seems too suspicious that they let them alive. Way too suspicious. Let's see. He met one of the Shaku guys, huh? Once again, I mean, don't get me wrong. The design is kind of fire. Like I like for some reason a clean button-down suit always does it for you, boy. I don't know, something about it. It just has the exaggerated swagger of a heavily suited full-grown man. But the markings and the spiral eyes and the three-pronged earrings and even the haircut, it's a fire design. But something about the final villain dropping less than 50 chapters in? And specifically Chihiro doesn't recognize him? Something just smell fishy. You know what I'm talking about? Something just smell fishy. But let's see. Yeah. I get why you're anxious. But that's exactly why we need to make our next moves carefully. For the past 3 years, the Hishaku have been making meticulous preparations we can't even fathom. If their goal was for the Kabunabi to take possession of the Shinichi, that means they already have their next move planned. There are other ways we could prepare, right? I mean, that's the thing though. Sure, they've been making plans. Sure, this was all part of their plan. Sure, you want a counter plan, but you don't know anything about them. That's the big issue about like playing against an unknown enemy of extreme power. And like that's even in real life too. If you know that something's going wrong or an organization is working against you, unless you have someone in the organization, you have no idea what those plans are. You could just sort of be like dancing in their palm, kind of going back to the Specifically, it's from Blue Log, but I remember the analogy from Journey to the West itself is when Sun Wukong thinks, oh, I made all the way to the edge of the universe. He marks where he was, and then he goes back to the Buddha's palm, and Buddha's like, oh, BT done, holding the universe. Like, that's the thing. They can try and plan and dance about all they want, but until the Hishaku themselves show up and are like, hey, what's up? This is their plan, specifically involving you. Let me snitch it on myself and tell you everything on some like generic villain dump. They just have no clue. The whole thing, the thing they have to do, even if it's part of the plan, is just get stronger, get a better understanding of your abilities, keep collecting the enchanted blades, make sure the enchanted blades don't fall into the wrong hands, but the Kabunabi may just be the wrong hands, considering this was all part of the plan anyway. They're in a real rough spot. Let's see. There are other ways we could prepare, right? Without joining the Kabunabi. Hey, hold up. What kind of garbage is that? Hiyuki. Even you, like, come on now. Come on. Like, you know it's not like fully safe. It's not fully safe. It's a solid start. Once again, just to make sure that he doesn't lose any of the blades and he can watch over the Shinichi. Like, Hiyuki. Oh, I know you're better than that. You know something fishy's going on. Let's see. Other ways? It's already been decided. He's coming with me to the Kabunabi. Get ready to leave. Yeah. You gotta, once again, it kind of goes into the idea you have to work within the system and just hope that you're preparing well enough. You're going to be under more eyes, you're going to be under more scrutiny. But if not that, I still don't think right now Chihiro could be Hiyuki. And while we haven't seen Shiba's full power nor potential, who knows, he maybe will leave Hiyuki a hard fight. They know where you are. At least they know where Hiyuki is. And they have Big Bro here. So, like, they would know if you rebel against this deal that you made. One, the Shinichi's already at the Kabunabi. So if you want to keep an eye on the Shinichi, you kind of do have to go there regardless. And two, we're just going to catch 22 here. You made a deal. And if you don't, you have to fight. And if you fight and lose, you lose N10. And if you lose N10, you lose any means of gathering any more enchanted blades. So yeah, you're going to catch 22. Let's see. Plus, seem to take it for granted that the Kabunabi will seal the Shinichi. That's for the higher-ups to decide. There are alternatives to sealing it, like using it. Yeah. That's the thing, they have the original wielder. But the thing is, I don't think we know the story of what happened. Like, why is the original wielder sealed away, but the Shinichi somehow got out? Oh, well, actually, no. The Shinichi it was being stored. It was being stored. So they captured this. So I'm assuming the story goes something like this. They captured the original user. They captured the original user, or the original user just lost a whole bunch of power once the Shinichi was taken away after the war. And they were like, you're really good with this strongest of the enchanted blades. Yeah, we ain't gonna let you leave, buddy. Stay here with us. And they sealed him away. And now they have the Shinichi back, but the thing is, what are you gonna use it for? And why? And like, the issue of putting it back into that guy's hands, unless he willingly was like, okay, broski, you can seal me away. This is, like, I don't think he's going to be happy. I don't think you want to trust him with literally, as far as we know, at least, the most powerful weapon on the planet. The strongest of the enchanted blades. You want to give that to a guy you locked away in a prison for who knows how long? I don't think so. But let's see. I got it. That's another problem. If the idea is to seal the Shinichi, then we have to hand it over to the Kabunabi. If there's too many concerns, that's why we should talk it out and eliminate as many as possible. It's too late. It's too late. Once again, if y'all had better fighting condition, or were in better fighting condition, and the Shinichi wasn't already being taken to the Kabunabi by Hiyuki's colleagues, then maybe y'all could have bargained a bit more. Maybe y'all could have done it, but it's too late. Chihiro had to make the deal, or else he was gonna. They probably weren't gonna slaughter him, but they were just gonna beat him up, knock him out, take the Shinichi and N10 and dip. And then what are you gonna do? Let's see. What would be the Kabunabi's motivation for using the Shinichi? Flex. What else would it be? Flex? Maybe conquer a nation or two? Why not? Let's see. With the Shinichi's power, we could break the Kabunabi's deadlock with the Hishaku. The Kabunabi have the sword masters, and the thieves have the enchanted blades. True. But the thing is, once again, you're kind of swinging blind. That's the big issue with the Hishaku as a whole. You don't know whether, unless the Kabunabi knows. Who knows? Maybe the Kabunabi knows. But, like, you don't know where they are. I think the whole reason they knew where the Shinichi was is because it literally came up for auction at the Rakuzaichi. So, like they put it up there, and the Hishaku very specifically put it there so it would catch the attention of the Kabunabi. So, like, sure, it would tip the power balance, but at the same time, who are you using it on? Unless they have a member of the Hishaku trapped or something, or they know where they are, which I don't think they do, considering they haven't gone after them yet, I highly doubt flexing the Shinichi's power or using it in any way, shape, or form would do anything useful at this point, if you know what I'm talking about. But let's see. We can never let anyone use it again. Sorry, Pops, I may have to break a rule or two there. If I can show you another way to break the deadlock, then there's no need for the Kabunabi to use the Shinichi. How are you going to do that, though? Let's see. You're right, Mr. Shiba. Maybe I am rushing things. But this isn't just a stab in the dark. Now, I've got Hakone. What? Me too. What do you mean you got Hakone? Let's see. Huh? What's the strategy? Oh! So okay. I like that. Hiyuki does. She rocks with Chihiro. At least enough where she's like willing to hear him out. Like typically, I feel like before their first battle, Hiyuki would be like, if you don't shut, I'm not flame on your face off. But now, since they fall alongside each other, since they've got a better understanding of each other, Yuki's willing to listen to alternatives. Even if it goes against what the initial deal was, simply because she trusts Chihiro. She knows he's a man of good character. Let's see. We steal back the enchanted blades from the Hishaku. But once again, how? Where'd you go? Let's see. Hakuri can freely transport registered items and items affiliated with them. For example, if he registers me, he can transport the intent from another location. They just have to be connected by spirit energy, and an internal contract that meets the standard. In other words, if Hakuri makes contact with the sword bearer's Kamunabi... Oh, interesting. If Hakuri makes contact with the sword bearers in the Kabunabi custody, he can transport the enchanted blades. Sword bearers? Plural. Yeah, I thought they only had the Shinichi guy, but I forget. The people Kunishige Rokuhira chose to entrust with the enchanted blades. The designs already look fire. But still, we don't have a sighting of the Shinichi guy. At least I don't think, unless this is meant to be him, I don't think any of these guys match. Maybe this him? Either this guy or this guy. Let's see. How can we get to them? With the exception of the Swordmaster, the bearers of the enchanted blades are hiding out in Kabunabi-controlled locations throughout Japan. If they die, the enchanted blades in the Shaku's hands become usable, so they're heavily guarded. Yeah. Most of the Kabunabi's forces are invested in protecting them. Only the top brass can authorize access to them. They're located in fortresses known as Sanzo. Okay, so the Shaku definitely knows where they are. so if I'm having to hazard a guess, since I assume that the Hishaku know that this is a possibility, considering they worked with the Sazanami clan before, and they do understand to some degree Hakuri's abilities, I'm guessing they're going to booby trap the enchanted blades. If I had to lay a guess on what they would do, because that just seems like the easiest option, just booby trap them. And then when the blades are transported back to the users, it immediately executes them. And then maybe the blade, since it's now free, they'll come in. Because we already know that, at least, it depends. Did the main villain guy, did he teleport in? I think he did. I think he just showed up. Like, I don't think he walked through, like, a door or anything. He didn't drive in a car. I think he just showed up. So it's entirely possible if the blade is booby-trapped and it teleports back to the user's hands, like, they put a spell on it. If the blade returns to the internal contract wielder's hands, the blade will explode, or, like, it'll release a burst of spirit energy that will immediately vaporize the user. Then, the internal contract's undone. The main villain or his crew teleports in. They grab the enchanted blade, beat the taste out of everyone who's nearby, aka Hakuri, who still hasn't mastered his abilities yet, and Chihiro, who would only be wielding Enten in case they try to jump him. And then they now have an enchanted blade that they can use freely. Of course, it's not the Shinichi, which is interesting. I'm wondering why they let the most powerful blade go, unless they already did something to it and probably booby-trapped it in some way, shape, or form. But, intriguing idea. Let's see. Known as Sanzo. Senkutsuji Temple, Kokugoko, Hot Spring, Kuen Taisha Shrine, Sushi Subaru. Interesting. Cool. It just sounds cool. I'm growing to like Yuki more and more. Let's see. To ensure absolute security, most of our people are stationed there. That's the reason we're short-handed. The bulk of our forces are tied up. Okay. That's why we have to pick our battles. Makes sense. If we get the enchanted blades back, then the Kabunabi will be freed up. And those people we set free yesterday can live in a safer world, right? Not necessarily. Once again, it really depends on how the wielders of the enchanted blades react. and what they would now want to do. Considering, like, I mean, maybe they're okay with living in isolation. Obviously, they get all the protection, and obviously their lives are in danger regardless. But you reunite them with the weapon that they wielded years ago, that they had taken away from them, and now you put it back in their hands. I'm not sure how they would react. And once again, there's no guarantee that the Hishaku are weaker than the Enchanted Blade wielders. Especially if they all jump them. Like, once again, the crew would be Chihiro, presumably, Hakuri, maybe Hyuki if she's traveling with them, Shiba, and the Enchanted Blade wielder, who's going to be rusty from wielding the Enchanted Blade, considering it's been a while. So, 5 people against the unknown amount of the Hishaku. Because once again, Chihiro didn't recognize the guy that showed up and said, I'm the final villain. So who knows how many more powerful sorcerers of his tier are existing. Once again, since I don't even think that guy's the final villain. You're in an interesting spot. Let's see. The world will be significantly safer. Kind of. Once again, I feel like this sounds too easy. It sounds too simple. It sounds too clean. When you walk away, I'm sorry. That clinches it. Let's go see the sword bearers. Akuri, did I need your help again? You got it. Something's gonna go so wrong. Hakuri, please make it to the end of the series, bro. I'm kind of scared for you. Let's see. Don't yell. Stealing the enchanted blades back from the Hishaku is an excellent proposal. Nothing beats that. But it won't be easy. First, you'll be judged on the basis of character and trustworthiness. He's the son of the guy who made him. What do you think he's gonna do? Eat him? Let's see. You can't prove who you are, other than a guy who's been wielding an enchanted blade and his pal. Really? As far as the higher-ups are concerned, there's no telling what you do. If they let you meet the sword bearers, there's no guarantee they'll let you on board. In fact, you could end up seriously punished. I suppose, once again, he has technically, in a roundabout way, been fighting against the government. He's been fighting against the Kabunabi by trying to gather the enchanted blades himself. And also wielding an unregistered enchanted blade. So I guess it does make sense. Let's see. Look at it. Oh, I'll admit, HOKOZONO Sensei is really good with these unique designs. Let's see. I like this guy the most. Actually, it's a tie between these two. I like the mask effect, and I like the eye patch. Let's see. Prove yourselves. Yourselves plural? You in jail? State your name. Chihiro Rokuhira. Overall, dare I say, this is in fact a worthy chapter. However, and that's what I think. Please let you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you guys like this chapter? Are you excited to see the trial of Chihiro Rokuhira? Are you ready to see him prove his worth? Are you ready to see him cook? And what do you think is going to go wrong? Because something's definitely going to go wrong. Please let me know all that and more in the comment section down below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave Destiny's Crossroad. Destiny's, as in like Destiny with an apostrophe S, Crossroad, as in crossroad. Like, I don't know, like CROSSROAD. In the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, oh Lord. Leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also I do have a Patreon down below where you support me for as well as one can want no more things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Those perks will include the live reactions to every other series I review, and free reactions to all my videos, and become a $25 patron or a $25 member. You can order whatever video you want. Also, I have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop 5 beans for a short video, 25 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That with a Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members: Zera, Greyhound, Eternal Flame, NMA, Real Rare, Redwolf 4765, Paris Arnold, Astro, and Brandon Payne. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $5 patrons: Zombie Hunter, Sean, Midnight Lord 21, King, Meliodas, Kevin, Encarnacion, Josh Brown, and A+A. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $7 members: Autumn, Mornings, Lazo, and Fine. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $10 members: Robbie Uchiha, Jay Warrior, and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a big ol' thank you to our $10 patrons: Michael Williamson, Joaquin Munoz, and Idem Okami. And I'd like to give a final gargantuan thank you to our $25 patron, Calvin Elder.